You might have thought that a country as obsessed with its past as this one would have by now slapped a preservation order on just about anything worth preserving, but the embalming fluid has yet to touch all sorts of places. According to an English heritage study released today, over 1,500 historically important buildings are in danger of falling down. They include pubs, a pier, a windmill and a gorilla house. We let our culture correspondent Madeleine hold out to visit one of them.
Number 19 Princelet Street encapsulates the East End's restless history of human traffic. But the weight of its past is palpably becoming too much to bear.
As you can see, we've actually had to put props into the building, acrobat props, to literally hold up the upper 3 stories of the original Huguenot house.
After the Huguenots came generations of Irish, then Jews. All found refuge here. In the 19th century, a secret synagogue was built behind the building's Georgian facade. It was rediscovered in the 1970s. Like so much else in the building, it's faded, but almost untouched.
Now there's a surprise inside this cupboard, which encapsulates so much of what's really, really special about this house. You see, layer after layer of wallpaper. Who put those wallpapers on?
More recently, the house has drawn members of the Bengali community. Women have come here to learn English. It's now a museum to all the East End's immigrants, among them Sikhs, Somalis and refugees from Eastern Europe.
My name is Abdul Hannan. And my poem's name is Immigration. And the causes of immigration can be war, droughts, and lots of reasons.
You can't flee to another country because you might not have a passport. You can't flee, you can't run, you can't hide.
They had to run away from their own homes, had to go to another place. You lose your family, bang, bang, bang.
Local school children. A shared history of asylum has drawn one student into fundraising to save Number 19.
Personally, in my family, my grandfather fled Lahore, which was about to become part of Pakistan, and there was an incredible amount of communal violence. And to flee that, and while the family's British passport and citizenship was still valid, they decided to come through to England.
In the 1930s, this room was where Jews and anti-fascists planned their defiance of Oswald Mosley and his black shirts. They confronted each other in the Battle of Cable Street, just a stone's throw away.
I saw this army of black shirts, 2-columned, defended by another massive column of police. The vanguard of police were on horseback, and there was the Führer in front, Mosley, strutting in front. You could see them from where I was. And suddenly, this impenetrable mass moved forward to stop him.
The LNER's team of Prague brought to Britain 200 Jewish children.
It's thought some of the Jews who later came to Princelet Street were rescued from Nazi-occupied Europe in the Kindertransport project. Many of their parents died in the concentration camps. Those who lived through those times believe there are powerful reasons to preserve a place of tolerance. The older supporters of this building believe the urgency in saving it is not just physical, but political. They've watched ruefully as tension between different racial groups and towards asylum seekers has become an issue once more.
Well, the parallels are very, very similar. The attitudes to people fleeing from persecution, seeking bread and work as a last resort here. They are the scapegoats. Many of them are Asians or Eastern Europeans, exactly the same as the Jews post-1881, seeking bread and work, fleeing from pogroms. And that's why a building of this caliber is necessary to preserve.
Beyond political radicalism, the house has inspired literature too. One day they found up these stairs a room left unchanged since 1969, when the old man who lived there upped sticks and disappeared. David Radinsky's story caught the imagination of an artist whose grandparents knew the building.
When I heard this story, I think it's such a kind of beautiful image of this kind of closed attic and this abandoned, locked-up synagogue. I was very inspired. I was also very moved by the building and recognised what an important building it was, and important to me personally, as my grandparents were married there.
The trustees need to raise an estimated £3 million to make the building secure. For some, its state of disrepair says something about Britain.
I'm more concerned, I'm afraid, with pop idols and icons than really welcoming people who have made Britain, people of different ethnic groups who've come here over the years, over 1,000 years, Anglo-Saxons, Jews, Irish, Huguenots, all crystallised in this building.
Today, you no longer leave danger at the door of number 19. It has a physical presence in every room, which is why this fraying monument to our cultural diversity has gone on English Heritage's list of buildings at risk. The recognition is bittersweet.